I trip, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
Here we go.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live at WoodSports.com. I'm your boy, Eazy, jumping my guy, Spin More Racks.
What up,
Chris, JB Smooth. My bad. I thought that was you were counting down to like you started the video. I just didn't have it loud in my ears, I guess. Hit that like button if you guys haven't already. If you listen to us on podcast platform, please make sure to leave us a 5-star review.
5 stars.
Lots to talk about. First and foremost, I wanted to get to this yesterday, but Marvin Jones news kind of took over. For sure. Deservedly so. That was the breaking news in town, and I'm glad to be live while that was going down. But Dan Campbell is the Riz God. We're all falling in love with him. And as a reporter, specifically a team reporter, you're supposed to stay like
professional.
Yeah, right? Just locked in. But this guy, Dan Campbell, is just so nice with it.
He's so rizzy.
He's so rizzy. The Wizard of Oz. That even I don't even Tim 20 couldn't help himself. We go have that picture, Chris.
Yeah,
if we got it.
I'm getting it 1 second. I had to grab it from yesterday's show.
Javi Baez just swinging 2 sliders outside of the zone by 2 feet.
Look at this man. He's starstruck.
He's swooned.
Dazed.
Look at him.
He's swooned.
Swoon. Even he can't help it.
He was swooned by Dan Campbell.
Look at him. Find someone who looks at you the way Tim 20 Man looks at Dan Campbell. And he wasn't the only one, too. Danny Rodgers posted something on her Twitter as well. I mean, like, this... Dan Campbell's that guy.
He's the
Riz guy.
He's the Riz.
I wish we'd speak to Tim about that photo. If he's like, well, damn, got caught lagging.
Yeah.
And how often, like the smart. What point in the interview do you think that was?
I don't know. Probably him talking about the future.
The defense or whatever.
Him talking about the defense. Yes.
Yeah.
He was picturing the future.
Yeah.
Probably when he sat down.
Yeah.
I agree.
As soon as
when he sat down.
Yeah. As soon as he sits down.
Pull it up one more time.
All right.
I was gonna see this thing. This would be JB next to Jalen Hurts.
For sure.
Hey, it's just proof that Dan Campbell's him.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like,
he's looking quite dapper.
Yeah.
Too.
And what do they say? The kids call it unspoken Riz. Like,
yeah.
He's not even talking to Tim. He's just having a conversation. Yeah. Not even making eye contact with him. Tim's just like.
Just swoon.
I wonder if you slipped up like in actual conversation ever. Like.
Your eyes are just. Defense.
I love your big fat neck.
Jesus, dude.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ.
Outside of that, another thing I wanted to talk about yesterday was the Detroit Lions are trying to leave Allen Park in terms of like their training facility. Did you read an article on that?
They said they were thinking about it. I listened to what Rob Wood said about it, and he said that they were considering the possibility of leaving Allen Park so they would have more room and more space for fans to come to training camp and all that stuff, which I think there's a pretty good amount of space in Allen Park for fans.
Shit's packed.
Yeah.
She got packed last time.
Yeah, dude.
Well, that's the problem right there. They said there's not enough parking, and you can only fit about 1,000 fans there, so they want more people.
Yeah, I mean they own
Ford Field.
Yeah, I was gonna say they own Ford Field. I don't. Like, if it's good enough for a game, I guess for practice you need, like,
don't
dummies.
want to rip it up, and you need a couple.
Yeah.
Couple fields.
I mean, we always kind of talk about, like, give Sheila her flowers. I think if that they make that type of move, I mean, that's the type of move that points to that, too. Like, she's changing things.
Yeah.
They're not staying complacent with anything.
Where would they go, though?
Yeah, soon downtown,
they're playing out the corpse of the Silver Dome.
It's gone now.
Yeah.
Torn down. And I think downtown. I mean, they built that downtown district for the Pistons. Maybe they share it. I mean, I don't
Pistons
know.
ain't doing nothing with it.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I don't think they're using that yet, are they? I think they just started.
No, it's still in renovation, and it's still not renovation necessarily, but you can tell there's still some things that they're working on, some little things. It's mostly done, but not all the way.
Yeah.
I know Braylon toured that. There's that the one parking structure of the house everyone used to park at. They're talking about maybe that spot. I mean, I'm not familiar with
the house
it.
that burned down.
Yeah, mysteriously.
That crazy. They didn't sell to the Illiches, and then it just so happened to burn down.
Yeah,
that's so sketchy, bro.
Definitely
some mob shit. Some mob shit.
That is. I mean, hey, sometimes that's how business gotta get done.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta burn it down.
Made an offer he couldn't refuse.
Yeah, I'm gonna make them an offer they can't refuse.
And you could probably just pay any crackhead or homeless guy walking around Detroit $30 to throw a Molotov cocktail into a house.
Yeah, honestly, you could.
For
As
sure.
serious as that sounds, like you really could.
Oh, for sure.
Like $300 to a crackhead. $300 to anyone right now. It's for us at least. It'd be nice. But $300 to a crackhead's like what?
Spencer's got some student loans.
Huge
I
pay.
do have student loans. Fuck, dude.
You still have student loans? I thought they got forgiven.
No, that was a fallacy.
That was a pipe dream.
Yeah, it was a pipe
Really?
dream. It
What
was a
happened?
lie.
It
It was a lie for the votes.
It was a lie for the votes. It really was.
Really? I thought it got pushed through.
No.
And people were like processing them.
Yeah. I mean, like I applied for it, so
Yeah.
So it's a thing then.
No.
You just gotta wait for it to get approved.
yeah, it's never gonna get approved.
Why are you saying that? Be positive.
Because an election's coming up, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, new problems."
Yeah,
And
well, it'll get
it's just
approved
not gonna happen.
if you vote for us, and then you vote for them, and it doesn't happen.
Takes time. I don't know. Might happen.
I like I said, bro. I'm just waiting on societal collapse. That is what I'm banking on at this point.
That's fair.
Just waiting for everything to go down so I can go out and hunt and gather. I'll be eating squirrels and pine cones. Like
Squirrels and pine
it'd
cones.
be a good time.
It's crazy. I've been seeing these things. I've been so busy. I haven't been able to like stay tuned with anything than like sports when I am off like work or here. I'm hearing banks are closing. Banks are collapsing. Is that a real thing?
I don't know, man.
JB, I mean,
I don't know anything about that.
I'm at a
one,
credit
so
union, so
yeah, I do credit union as well.
I
Shout
heard
out
something
Extra Credit
about
Union.
that. I heard something
Shout
about
out.
that, but it's getting scary out there. It's getting dicey.
Chris,
had
are you
the same-
familiar? Like, what is the?
I don't know which bank it was, but I saw people talking about the second biggest bank, which I have no clue who that is. but-
Chase.
Is it?
I don't know. It's a
Oh.
big bank.
Sounds like Chase.
All I
it could
know
be
is
Chase.
I've had my same account at the Extra Credit Union since I was in 6th grade. Because they opened one when I was in my middle school. I gave
Facts.
them $5. No, I took the class when I was in high school. It was the best class I ever had in high school. I was a bank teller. I just sat there.
You were a bank teller
Yeah.
in high school?
There's like a bank in my high school.
Oh, what? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That was one of the classes.
How do you bank
We
at a
didn't
high
have
school?
banks
That's
at our
weird.
high school.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
School shop or bank?
A bank.
There's a bank
A
in your
literal
school.
bank. Like the teachers would come in and deposit their checks.
That's weird. That's wild.
It was dope.
Yeah.
I would. That
I
sounds
would've
like the
ran that
easiest
up.
bank to rob
That
for
sounds
sure. Fucking little spinny sitting
Oh,
there.
no. Well, I mean, yeah, probably. But
Especially if people go to high school, like I'll give you $500, just leave this door open tonight when you close up or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
well,
Easy.
no, it was like 1 hour. It was like a class. So it's not like I was there all day, like clocking shifts and shit. Like it was my class.
That's fair. I'm trying to find out this Credit Susie's. Credit Susie's being taken over by UBS. Both are giant Swiss banks, but their investment banking arms operate all over the world.
Todd Saint said Silicon Valley Bank.
So okay, so then it's not even.
It was a bank that was involved in crypto. Yeah, that'll do it
Yeah,
for you.
well that makes sense.
Yeah.
I even checked crypto in a minute, and I used to be obsessed with
Crypto,
Yeah.
yeah, I bought some crypto and then sold it, and
it. Is there an update on like what's Bitcoin at right now?
25,000, I think.
Damn,
It was at like 64.
Yeah.
was
Felt-
that like 100? Wasn't it?
No,
130?
I don't think it ever- I think it
64,
peaked at
34 was like it's.
I think it peaked at like 64. But NFTs, that's the biggest scam, right? Like,
Easy.
Yes.
that shit made no sense to me at all. They're like,
Never did.
You could buy this GIF.
But you
Oh, I
don't
can
own
just
it.
screen record that bitch. Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? Like, I can screenshot that shit. I got your NFT, buddy. You just paid $1 million for this. And now it's my phone background.
There
Literally
was
made
one
no
guy
sense.
who took a selfie every single day for 365 days and made it an NFT. Just some regular guy, and it was like 100,000. It sold for like 100,000. All he did was a selfie every single day.
And
for
that just like
365
Space said, you
days.
could screenshot it. And then I remember when it first came out, they were like, "You own this highlight." That's I remember that was my introduction to the NFT. It was like the highlight packages from NBA or whoever's like offering it. So I was like, "Sweet." So like every time ESPN plays that, I
Like
get a
the like,
royalty.
Top Shot or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, I think that's what it was. Like every time ESPN or YouTube like plays this, I get a royalty. No, you just own it. I'm like, well, don't I get a royalty if somebody else uses something that I own?
Yeah.
No, you just own it.
It's yours.
What do you mean? This thing says you own it. The fuck does that mean?
Yeah, that's like when you like buy a star.
Yeah.
I bought a star.
Yeah. That
Congrats,
was mine.
bro. Which
What
one?
are you gonna do
with it?
Yeah.
There's so many scams out there, bro. NFTs were a major scam.
I'm convinced it's laundering for the mafia.
And
Or
for
something.
sure.
It's
It's
all-
got to
it's-
be
it's
some type
all-
of
yeah.
elite money laundering. There's no other way.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
That shit was
I
so
know a guy
stupid,
who did it.
dude. Shit was so stupid.
Back in the day. Bought a house, 2016. Great kid, though.
As an NFT?
I know where Jimmy Hoff is buried.
Do you? Where?
What if I just don't come in tomorrow?
Back.
They whack me.
We don't know where you're buried at.
Yeah.
What did you used to work at? Andiamo?
Andiamo, yeah.
In the back of Andiamo's?
Yeah. There's a big lot in the back. But
They definitely got rid of any evidence, physical evidence of that guy.
yeah, for sure.
That's not coming out.
For
The
sure.
guy, actually, the guy who was like the head guy in charge, it was like the longest reigning mob boss. Because he was like, he didn't brag. He never pulled out the fur coat. He just did his job.
You got the business.
That's why he never got whacked.
Damn.
He died of natural causes and all that stuff. Are you guys being upset about the Tigers right now?
Yeah, I'd like to see them win.
You knew this was coming. It's like I don't want to compare it to the Pistons. I guess I will compare it to the Pistons. I mean, I knew Pistons were going to be rough shape this year.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it still doesn't mean that I'd like to see them lose.
Yeah. That's
Tigers
fair.
are down 4-0 now. Yikes.
I made an NFT. By the way, it costs money to make NFTs.
I like the pitch clock, though.
The pitch clock's dope. Pitch clock is dope.
Are you
like
worried
that.
about that adding wear and tear to like pitchers' shoulders and stuff?
Not really.
No, not really.
They're gonna throw the same amount of pitches, you know.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
If anything, I mean, it's going to hurt like numbers. I feel like 4 pitchers, you know what I'm saying, being rushed into throwing the ball.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what they want. They want the game to get more exciting. You're going to speed it up. You can get more hits. Didn't they do something else that's going to cause more home runs last year? What was it?
Didn't they lower the fence?
Extra playoff spot.
They
actually.
unjuiced the balls,
Yeah, that's what it was.
so there's less home runs. But they also changed the pick-off rules, so you can only do 2 attempts when somebody's stealing, like throw to first base.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's
So-
what it was.
It'll promote more steals.
AR-15. We probably stopped with that nickname post modern day America, but I think he actually said that himself.
Yeah.
But Anthony Richardson had his pro day today. A very polarizing reaction to that one. We'll talk about that. Kerby Joseph owns Aaron Rodgers and bragged about it on Good Morning Football.
He did.
Without hesitation.
It was awesome.
That was pretty gangster. I respect that. But also, Michael Brockers, got fellow Jared Goff truther.
Yeah, brother.
He said the Detroit Lions must remain humble and stay hungry and focus on what they can control. We'll get into all of it. Jameson Williams update, too, on what actually went down between him and the Detroit Lions, or allegedly went down between he and the Detroit Lions. Kind of what we said was happening.
What?
Jamal Williams. I said Jameson
yeah.
Williams. I apologize. And more. But not before Spinny tells you guys about Planet Fitness.
I will, because Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. You can get a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in a 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $10 a month, but you can't pull up to Planet Fitness and forget the perks. Because with the Black Card, you get perks like hydro massage, total body enhancement, unlimited tanning, and access to over 2,000 locations worldwide. So make sure you join in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
You're about to be shell-shocked. The catch of the day is in. Big Boy Seafood Fest is officially back. Join us for some of your favorites like our popcorn shrimp and pike perch platters and our classic fish and chips. This year, we've reeled in some fresh catches like our shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir-fry, and our fish sandwich. And especially, don't forget about our all-you-can-eat Friday night fish fry buffet. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
What I love most about Custom Health Centers is the encouragement that I get from the staff is phenomenal.
Find out how we can target your hormonal imbalances and scientifically unlock your biological potential to lose weight. Call right now for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All Sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports, driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
Yo, Chris and the TD with JB Smooth and 1s and 2s. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button. If you listen to us on a podcast platform after the show, please make sure to leave us a 5-star review. That'd be very, very, very much appreciated. And without further ado, the most polarizing Detroit Lions news trending on Twitter as we speak was the Anthony Richardson Pro Day.
Yes.
There's some lots to like from certain news outlets and lots to hate. I've seen a lot more hate than like.
Of course.
When I don't know. I missed it.
He put on a little bit of an exhibition, showed off the cannon, was making some big deep throws. Obviously, what you expect from a guy that is that physical specimen that he is with a huge arm. You expect him to make those Zach Wilson-esque throws at his pro day, but one of them didn't go too well, and we have the video for it. This is just something you hate to see. There he is, loading up, boom, off the rafters.
I don't even see it. Is there a receiver down there?
Chris, run it back.
All right.
Yeah, there's a receiver trying to run around.
Yeah, there's a receiver running a route.
Yikes.
And he puts this boy,
Look at this.
bam, off the rafters.
Jesus Christ.
Oof. Feel bad for the guy. I don't know where the hell they're practicing at, but I don't know. That's not a good look. It's not like the worst look, but
Yeah. I mean, I don't get yelled at if I want to play a video again. I was trying to get an idea of like that versus. I mean, Ford Field obviously is higher.
Yeah.
In a situation with
it'll
Detroit Lions.
100% be higher than what that was.
No low ceilings at Ford Field.
No low
Yeah.
ceilings.
Yeah. It's not like a thing. Like, it's never. I don't know. I don't want to buy. I don't want to invest too much into a pro day and give you any type of reaction just because, like you said yesterday, or whatever day it was, Zach Wilson had the best pro day ever. Mm-hmm. You know, and if I can't read too much into a good pro day, which by all accounts, like nationally, outside of the Jared Goff fan club, I've heard that he had a good pro day. Everything outside of that, I'm not buying too much. I'm not gonna buy too much stock into.
But he also had a couple very good throws and one of them, he showed off his athleticism at the end, and it was actually his last throw of the day. And we have a video of that as well. This was a 74-yard throw. Fakes the pitch, hits the rollout.
The cannon.
Puts that on the dot, and then wait for it, running down the field, has to show off. What quarterback you see doing that, huh?
No quarterback.
Well, no quarterback's doing that.
No
It's,
quarterback.
I mean, obviously you're not going to, he did a backflip. You got to draft him now. No, it's nothing like that. But he showed off that he can, put that, I guess that was a 74-yard throw.
Yeah.
Which is impressive, but you can't take too much stock into these pro days. Everybody looks good in the underwear Olympics. What was Maz talking about? I know Maz had to talk about this. He's probably freaking out, huh?
He talked about it as well. He said at 6, take him. Like, Maz just wants a quarterback regardless.
Maz wants a quarterback.
No matter what round it is, just take him.
Maz wants any quarterback ever. And I don't blame him. But
yeah, he wanted Baker Mayfield once upon a time.
He wanted Baker Mayfield. He wanted everybody. But
yeah.
He still likes Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, it's his boy. You can't really, like you said, take too much stock in a pro day.
Yeah.
You're running out there in your underwear, not worried about anything, no defense, just making throws that any legitimate quarterback prospect should make. And it is what it is, but that was an impressive display of athleticism. He did look, obviously the dude's a tank, like look at him.
Yeah.
But those aren't the questions about Anthony Richardson. The arm strength is not in question. The athleticism is not in question. It's, can he make checkdowns? Can he hit on 10-yard outs? Can he hit on a quick slant over the middle? Those are the things that you worry about when you look at Anthony Richardson and study him as a prospect. So we'll see. Whatever team takes him, I highly doubt he starts off rip. He is going to take a year to develop, which is why I think,
come on.
Damn,
come on.
He just got hit in the balls by a foul tip.
Yeah, but we need you here.
That's tough.
We need you here.
I'm just talking. You can talk about it. What do you mean? And yeah, I think it's like you said. You can't take anything from a pro day. Really, it's all about the tape. I trust the tape more than I do a pro day.
Yeah, for me too, and I'm trying to find confirmation like which teams were there, because I like that's what I read into a pro day is like who's in attendance, who's watching, who's showing so much interest that they made the flight to go check them out. Because I'm trying to confirm or update anybody if the Detroit Lions brass was there. I haven't read anything off rip that they're there. They're obviously there at Alabama.
I'm sure
that
they
was
were
made
there.
well aware, but I'm sure somebody from the Detroit Lions is there.
They saw a lot of him already, though. Like
6 times they went to see him.
You'll always hear that. Yeah, they were at more games than any other team, so they got their eyes on him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be there at 6.
Yeah, and I'm not even, like I said too, like the pro day again. Zach Wilson, the best pro day all time. I don't care. It's everything that's been said that you want to see, everything you see on film. And the other thing too is like, this is a project scenario with Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson, forthright in interviews during the combine week, kind of in a roundabout way told you himself he's a project quarterback, and he told you guys he's willing to sit. Does he think he can start? Obviously, and you want to hear. I don't know if you want to hear it, but your agent would want you to say that either way. And now maybe any NFL coach wants to hear that confidence in yourself and your ability that you want to start right away. But he's obviously still open to sitting behind somebody, and that's the real life scenario of Anthony Richardson. That's why Detroit, a lot of people, including Mina Kimes and many others, have said like this could be a landing spot for him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he makes it to 6 in that scenario, and I've been outspoken on thinking like if it's not Jalen Carter, then it has to be a quarterback or you're trading back. Because any other piece that you can grab there at 6, I feel like is a piece you can grab later on.
Yeah.
That's like the Kancey at 6. I'm not cool with Kancey at 6. That's not a thing for me. And I was watching Calijah Kancey film last night. Dude's nasty in the pass rush. In the run game at the NFL level, I just don't.
He's gonna get moved around.
He's gonna get moved around for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if he's like good enough to be getting double teams and stuff like that. Like, but for the Anthony Richardson stuff, for me, the stock I want to put into it is like who was there watching him, and I'll try to find more information on that. But as of now, I've seen nothing about the Detroit Lions being there for Anthony Richardson at 6.
No, I
Does that
haven't
bum you
either.
out?
Not really. I don't really care. I want Jalen Carter. I don't want Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
I want Jalen Carter. Period.
Now, what if Carter's not there?
Trade back.
I mean, even without like Jalen Carter, I mean, beyond that, like if you're trying to like sell snake oil to the teams that you're thinking about drafting a quarterback, if all the talk about quarterbacks and developing quarterback this offseason has truly been a smokescreen, like wouldn't you want somebody there for a guy that's projected to be a top 10 pick? Just so that somebody want to at least trade up with you or
I'm sure there was somebody there from the Lions.
Yeah.
I would be I'm almost 100% positive the Lions sent somebody there. It'd be foolish for them not to.
JB, can you try actually find an article on that? Like who was there for Anthony Richardson's pro day?
Yeah, I can try to look it up.
A few attendees, including Actually, I found something. This is from Pro Football Network. Saints, Titans, Rams, and Falcons. They all had meetings with Torrance before pro day. Nearly every team was present. Okay, so everybody was there.
Yeah.
Literally everybody. Nearly every team was present at Florida's pro day, and not all necessarily in the market for a quarterback. Florida's prospects included Osiris Torrance, Gervin Dexter, Brenton Cox Jr., Trey Dean III, Rashad Torrance II, Vontrell Miller, Justin Shorter, and offensive tackle Richard Goryage. I don't know how to pronounce that one.
Yeah.
But that's the stock that's like what I take. You know what I'm saying? The Detroit Lions were there. I want them to be there beyond, like, even if I give a shit about taking Anthony Richardson, I want them to be there just somebody else has to trade up ahead of them to get Anthony Richardson. That if my eyes are truly on a Jalen Carter, then odds increase for him falling to me. You know?
Yeah.
I'm showing up. I don't like Will Levis, but I'm showing up to Will Levis's pro day for that very same reason. I want you to think I'm thinking about Will Levis, so you either have to call me to move up or jump ahead of me, so the guy that I truly want falls to me at 6.
Yeah, it's what the past regime didn't do with Tua. It's what the past regime failed to do when they drafted Jeff Okudah. Everybody knew they weren't taking a quarterback, so nobody felt the need to trade with them. And, it is what it is. This regime is smarter than that. They are going to go to these pro days. They are going to talk about that stuff in the draft, because if a team really wants them, they're going to have to move past the lines to get them.
And this is the feedback from the pro day per ProFootballNetwork.com. It says, with significant questions about Richardson's production profile, you need to put together a solid showing. As the analyst airing the pro day mentioned, the business is not about the past production, but projecting the future performance. One of the more intriguing elements of Richardson's evaluation is the fact that he demonstrated high-level footwork and mechanics in college despite his relative lack of throwing experience and seemingly raw profile. That's the same shit we've seen It's like his analyst, like as a draft process. Yeah,
He's not going to show you much on a pro day when you know what he is.
Yeah,
you know what he needs to work on. What else are you going to learn from seeing him out in underwear throwing the ball?
Yeah, but there's no coverage. You're not in pads. Like it's, I don't care. Some excellent leading throws over the intermediate and deep areas of the field, counterbalanced by a few inaccurate throws, many of which hit the receivers in their hands but were more difficult catches than they need to be, leading to at least 2 drops captured by the broadcast footage and 1 unnecessary highlight catch thrown high on an intermediate out. Yeah, that's saying Richardson's throwing was better than it was at the NFL Combine, something that he can count on to improve.
Don't care. Still don't care. Don't care. Don't care.
I don't care.
It's
like, I just wish. I just
again. I don't care about a pro. After you see them at the NFL Combine, what is the difference between that and them at their pro day? There is no difference. Don't care.
Don't care.
I don't need to see this guy in underwear again throwing the football.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It's just. I mean, I already spoke my piece. I don't give a shit about pro days.
Yeah.
There was some, and maybe I should have sent this, and it was my fault. I'm gonna try getting through the break. Did you see that video I retweeted about from Carter's pro day?
Yeah.
Like, I remember reading Carter's pro day was bad, but then there's that video. Man.
That was your first time seeing it?
Yeah, I didn't see that before.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
That was not a good look. Adam today, I said Kancey was better than Carter. Is that?
I don't know.
I will say this. Because that's what I did last night. I watched Kancey before going to bed. The arsenal, he has a higher skill set, I'd say, than Jalen Carter. I don't think that's like debatable. Like Kancey has multiple moves. He's just
got
like
a better bag.
He's like he's like a little fucking Tasmanian devil in there too. That being said, I mean Pitt also plays in like fucking
You're seeing highlights against Tulsa and
exactly
South Central, like Go watch Jalen Carter highlights. They're against SEC teams and Oregon.
Because I was trying to see this
other first-round draft picks.
One guy, Darnell White, which I believe our guy Eric Schlitt had the Detroit Lions drafting at pick 18. He's a right tackle for Tennessee as of now. But I was trying to find that matchup in there too. But those, it's just like it's a full game worth.
Yeah.
I'll jump back in it tonight. But when we get back, I do want to talk about Michael Brocker's statement. But the Detroit Lions having to stay humble.
Yeah.
Eat a little humble pie.
Humble pie.
To help get them to success.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either, man. And you guys, I also don't hate having good coverage.
Yes.
Detroit Lions going to have good coverage this season. Why don't you get good coverage too? Hit up my guy Mark at Swiss Insurance and make sure that you're covered with some of the best insurance in the game. Mark's got it. Whether it's personal, whether it's business, Mark is going to hook you up. Make sure you email him your opinion on Anthony Richardson. That's Mark at SwissINS.com. Email him your favorite ice cream. That's Mark at SwissINS.com. Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard.
Corner, jumper,
Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodsportsCom. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guys Spin Mo Rax,
what up,
Chris, JB Smooth. Hit that like button, 5-star review on all podcast platforms. Before we get to the news about Brockers, I want to address something in the Woodward Sports chat because it's a good point. DNC Entertainment, quoting the Woodward Heavyweights, says, "I don't care what they do in their underwear." Pause. Pro days mean nothing to me. Then proceeds to talk down on Carter's pro day. This is, I guess, for some context of that situation. I'll give you this. Pro days are meant to highlight you.
Yes.
And name a time outside of Carter where like somebody was bashed for the pro day performance. Pro days are always glowing reviews of a player.
You named a couple of them.
So when somebody,
what, Joe Hayden,
like bad workouts or like the combine. Some of that was like combine stuff too, but like more than like pro days are meant to glorify you, and that's why it was just so alarming. But that's what I'm saying. Like when you have one that's not deriding you a bit, it's skeptical, and that there's no argument that it's not. I mean, obviously there's a tape to go along with that makes you feel a little bit more comfortable. Obviously, you guys know that I think Jalen Carter is kind of tailor made to become a Detroit Lion just based off the way this offseason is going. Everything's been addressed outside of linebacker and defensive tackle, which tells me in this draft class they're looking at, or they like, linebackers and defensive tackles.
Yeah.
And we like linebackers and defensive tackles.
Yes, we do.
We've been on the record saying it's the deepest positions in this draft class. But Chris, you had your smell in your armpit. You had something to say.
I had something to add to it too, because
Such
it
a
is
bad thing.
These combines and specifically pro days are controlled environments. Like they're, again, you have no padding, no nothing. It's no defense, no pressure. So it's not only that makes it stand out and look bad, but also you got to think about the fact that Jalen Carter, specifically in his case, did not finish his drills. Like could not physically finish his drills.
Yeah.
And so that is a real alarming part, more so than just a typical not doing well at a pro day. It's that you were out of shape enough to not finish.
Correct.
Mustache Mike on the Woodward Sports Stat.
Shout out.
Says Carter dogged his pro day to follow the Lions.
Maybe.
No, probably not. But
maybe that's what's interesting.
Also, like I saw this answer 14 in the Woodward Sports Chat. Kancey is more in the mold of a Holmes DC guy. Harder worker, studies opponents, technically sound, got a bit of dog in him, but is serious about his craft. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm not drafting him at fucking 6. No.
Yeah.
Like that does just be. Oh, he fits the mold, so I'm gonna draft him at 6. Like no. If you're saying Kancey at 18, yeah, I'm cool with that. Not at 6, man. No, he's not talented enough to be drafted at 6. He could be a good player. He could be good for a while. But at 6, no. Stop it. Please stop it.
Get some help.
Stop it.
Yeah, and the way the Detroit Lions are like structured factually, you look at like off defensive line. Once we have a smaller defensive end who are already kind of questioning the run game, and you already think of him only being on passing downs, which is James Houston. So you're going to add another smaller defensive tackle to that mix. Like you're not setting yourself up for success there in the run game. And then you move to the second level of the defense. Okay, linebacker, a guy that I love, a guy that just had his birthday yesterday, Malcolm Rodriguez.
Yes.
Smaller
guy.
Yeah. Alex Angelini, not the biggest guy, not a specimen of an athlete. Like it's not ideal in that scenario. But again, later, I'm all for it. Everything that you said, every characteristic about it. I watched the film last night and I thoroughly impressed.
Especially in the NFC North. You got Dalvin Cook, more than likely. Who knows if they cut him or not.
Yeah.
But a good running back there.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones, good running back there. Khalil Herbert, I like him a lot. You know the Bears want to run the ball with Justin Herbert and Khalil Herbert. Like, you're going to have to be able to stop the run. And, yeah, I like Ali McNeil for sure. But to use your pick at 6 at a guy who probably won't be on the field in running downs does not make sense to me.
Which is early
I'm
downs,
salty
too.
said it. He said, I don't want my defensive tackles to be small anything. Big old cocks. Like, no. I agree, though. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Calijah Kancey go to the Lions at all. But not at 6, man. Not at 6.
And I guess like one thing, if anybody's nerdy enough to do this, because I'm going to do this tonight, and I'm trying to cheat and get ahead of myself. If anybody's willing to do this in the Woodward Sports Chat, because I know you guys are football nerds as well. That's why you tuned into the Woodward Heavyweights. And hitting that like button, please, and thank you. But
5-star.
5-star review on all podcast platforms. But if you want to look at the schedule for Pitt, and you want to point out the teams that they played and maybe find some interior linemen on the offensive side that are draft prospects. Yeah. And they don't necessarily even have to be first, second, thirds. Because we know third, fourth, fifth undrafted guards become Pro Bowlers in this league, all pros. Like it happens. That's why I don't want to invest in one early. But if you want to go ahead and do that homework for me, please, and for ourselves, so we have the conversation. Now it's conversation about, Kancey looks good. Against what level of competition? Like, how many of these guys are actually being considered to go on to the pros, and that's the caliber of player that he's going to see if he's drafted by Detroit Lions, whether it's at 6 or 18 or wherever it is. I mean, Mel's most recent mock draft, and take that with a grain of salt. I think mock drafts sometimes become clickbait. I can't deny that, but they had Kancey going, I think, was 30, if I'm not mistaken, to the Philadelphia Eagles.
And
what's up? It's just at 6. I have no problem with Kancey.
Detroit supremacy. Aaron Donald. Obviously, I'm not saying he's that, but you can't say undersized that is that massive of an issue. Yeah.
Aaron Donald's bigger.
Aaron Donald is the best defender I've ever seen play football. So I'm not using him as a bar for anyone. You can't be like, oh, Aaron Donald's pretty good, so you can't say undersized is bad. Yeah, you can. Like, name another one other than the best defender in our generation. Come on. I know he's small. He went to Pitt, Aaron Donald. But no, he's not Aaron Donald. And I know you're not saying he is. You're just using that as an example. But that's a terrible example to use because he is the best interior defensive lineman in the past 20 years.
Come on, bro. What are we doing?
Come on, bro.
Aaron Donald's 40 time, 4'6", 4'6'8". Kalijah Kancey, 4'6". I'm just trying to find some.
I don't care about my defensive tackles 40 time at all.
Gives you an idea of the 10-yard split. I'm looking for comparison. Okay, here we go. Let me find it. I'm waiting for this to load, and I apologize.
Yeah, and Aaron Donald is 310 pounds, and he's got a six-pack.
All right. Oh, shit. This is actually kind of trippy. I'm not going to lie to you. Aaron Donald. This is Combine 2014. Coming in at 6 foot, even. Kancey, 6'1". Weight, 281 for Kancey, 285 for Donald. Yeah. I thought Donald was actually a lot bigger than Kancey. It turns out it's not the case. Hand size, I don't think that's something that's too much of a debate.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
It's pretty similar.
I don't want to compare Kalijah Kancey to Aaron Donald.
And then,
if you think he's going to be Aaron Donald, then you draft him number 1 overall.
In terms of edge rushing, I know this was a big thing last year with Aiden, but it was the arm size, the 32-inch pythons. I remember asking Aiden that when I met him in person. Like, what are you making of all this? And he just started laughing. Didn't really give me an answer there. But the 33-inch arms for Aaron Donald, 30-inch arms for Kancey. Look, kid can be something special in a similar way that James Houston is, though, and getting like moments where he can excel. And it's just up to like whatever team drafts him to put him on the field in those right scenarios for his career to excel. I don't know that he's ever going to become the run defender that Aaron Donald is. I mean, Aaron Donald is all over the place with it. But
Dave Swaniger says, name another 6'1", 280 defensive tackle picked in the top 10 to make a Pro Bowl, not named Aaron Donald. Donald is the exception, not the rule. Comparing Donald to Kancey is like comparing Goff to Elway. Thank you. That is true.
Yeah.
He is a different person, a different human being, a freak of nature. If you're sitting there comparing Kalijah Kancey to him, and you think Kalijah Kancey is going to be Aaron Donald or even be half of Aaron Donald, you take him number 1 overall. But if you're not comfortable to do that, then don't mention Aaron Donald in the same breath as him ever again.
That's fair. That is the only comp that we're aware of. I remember pulling up the one on PFF, and it was a guy that none of us fucking knew. It was like Warford Haraldson or something random like that.
Great player.
For me, if Jalen Carter is not there at 6, I am trading back, and I'm getting probably one of those corners, and then I'll take Kalijah Kancey at 18. Sure, very cool with that.
What if Richardson's there?
He won't be, but I would take him. Yeah, if Richardson was there and Carter wasn't, I would take him. But he's not. It's going to be Will Levis and either Tyree Wilson or Jalen Carter.
I guess and a little bit of a comparison too.
I'm not taking Will Levis.
Hold on, let me grab the pro comp for Kancey. Oh my goodness, this thing just reloaded. The other thing too is like you've heard Jalen Carter like in regards of like being the best prospect in the draft. Have you heard that about Kancey?
No. And this is like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I really think Adams got you guys brainwashed. like Detroit supremacy. Kancey won't be there at 18.
It's very possible Kancey's there at 18.
Extremely possible that he's there. And if he's not, oh well. Like, there are more defensive you didn't just miss out on the best player in the draft because you didn't get Kalijah Kancey. Like,
because here's the thing too is like Aaron Donald against double team. Like, you go and watch it. That's something I have done, just out of like being a pure nerd of like defensive tackles too. That's my favorite position. Like, Donald split double teams.
Yes.
Donald did crazy shit. Like, the highlight tape, or just in the tape in general, for Donald versus Cancey is like night and day. Like, I just don't want the. I guess we got over the whole conversation about the comps, and I thought we moved on from that. But are people still comparing them down in the chat? Is that what's going on right now?
I mean, that's the only thing you can say.
Yeah.
Because there's only one that has been
one successful one, right? Yeah.
That has worked.
Tershawn Wharton is the other comparison for Calijah Cancey, according to PFF. The cons of Cancey, obviously, very undersized, thin frame. He may very well be tapped out. Non-existent anchor against doubles. Will get targeted in NFL. Very difficult time separating from blocks. Disruptor more than a playmaker. Which, I mean, disruptor is sometimes good, especially as interior defensive line.
Sure.
So I don't know why that's in there as a con. But listen, I can't deny the tape. I can't deny it looks sexy. But I'm asking you guys, again, to do the homework. I want to pinpoint this one more time for myself, selfishly, but for you guys, too, to come back with your arguments. Adam, if you're watching, too. Let's go down the list of teams that Cancey played, and let's find the pro prospects on those offensive lines. More specifically, the interior offensive line, because obviously he's playing at defensive tackle position. That's what I'm asking for. Hey, Adam, if you're listening, like we can have a conversation, but just come at me with facts. Let's educate each other. We could have a disagreement and come away informed. That's how this works.
Yeah, I mean,
somebody.
I'm sure there's one on Miami. I'm sure there's one on.
Go game by game real quick. I'm gonna write it down because I'm gonna do this tonight.
All right. West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Tennessee.
Okay.
Western Michigan. Rhode Island. Georgia Tech. Virginia Tech. Louisville. North Carolina. Syracuse. Virginia. Duke. The U. And and UCLA.
Boom.
So your guy Antonio Maffi. But that was the bowl game, so I don't know who knows if either of them played.
I'll peep it.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Just like you should check out Lady Jane's.
You should, because Lady Jane's, you can walk into Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to WoodwardSports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to WoodwardSports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Join the Woodward Sports family and 100,000 other fans for the biggest parties for Detroit's home opener. We'll be broadcasting live from the Grand Slam Festival at 350 Madison from the biggest tent party in the D. If you guys watch the intro of this show, you know the heavies were there and the heavies were lit and we were having a good time. All right, Speed, my foot's getting better just in time for this thing. I had a blast opening day. We even talked about playing hooky to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about public because I had such a good time. I won't give a I might do it still. I had a blast last year. I might check it out. I might bring a little, fine down Brizzle. Check it out, man. Check in with Woodward Sports at the block party with the brass rail. Love and tequila and annex. Baseball season's here, and there's only one city that can handle Woodward Sports Party, and it's Detroit. See you guys down there next week. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodwardsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
Young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the ones and twos, rocking along, and we're having an honest conversation, honest discourse. Now this is healthy. Again, when we were arguing yesterday, I was down to argue.
Yeah,
like it's Skip and Shannon, two of the highest paid guys in sports entertainment. What do they do?
Yell at each other.
It's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's cool. I'm cool with having discourse. Even if you guys want to call in, get that list for me. Somebody make that list. Somebody smarter than me, find the guys that are actually like pro prospects. And I get Funky said that's the same question being asked about Aaron Donald. Sure. I guarantee you scouts found a list of pro prospects that Aaron Donald faced up in matchups and studied the film. That's all you got to do to get an answer.
I've seen two names that he's been, but what about this guy in the chat to Kancey? And that's Aaron Donald and Warren Sapp.
Whoa.
Like,
Warren Sapp.
If you think he is one of them, if you think he is Aaron Donald, you draft him number 1 overall. If he's not getting talked for number 1 overall, he's not Aaron Donald. Next.
Warren Sapp is 300 pounds too, by the way. 6'2",
he wasn't comparing him to Warren Sapp.
I'll say that's like a different sized human being. The one that intrigues me most because he's going to be a Detroit Lion. I'm easy dominance in this one is Antonio Mafi.
Yeah.
We just threw him in there for the fuck of it. Next you know, the Detroit Lions are visiting him. This guy's just climbing up draft boards. Yeah. I don't know what it is about this show, but we predict these teams, okay? Speaking about predicting things, we've been talking. We actually both put the flag in the sand, wherever you want to call it, for a Detroit Lions playoff win.
Yeah.
A dub. Confirmed.
Line in the sand or plant the flag.
Plant the flag in the sand.
Yeah.
Combine them both. Why not?
I'm that confident.
I'm that confident. I'll plant a flag in the sand. But the Detroit Lions, we're calling for playoff wins. Yesterday we had a reel about are they Super Bowl contenders? And Michael Brockers had something to say on Good Morning America or Good Morning Football, which I know you watched the clip, Spinny, so I'm gonna have you introduce this one.
Yeah, it was Kerby Joseph obviously joined Good Morning Football, and he talked to them, and he was talking about different things, and Michael Brockers is on the set as well, and Michael Brockers was asked by Devin McCourty or Jason McCourty, I'm not sure who it was, they look kind of similar, but
all black people look the same to you, huh? I'm just kidding.
He asked Michael Brockers what the Lions need to do to win the North, to be kings of the North, and Michael Brockers responded, they need to stay humble and stay hungry. Focus on what you can control. Because he talked about, like, once you start hearing your name in national media, once you start hearing people talking about you, oh, you're supposed to be good, it might go to your head a little bit. And you might not play with that same urgency, play with that same dog mentality. He talked about how last year, at the end of the year, they were just taking it one game at a time, going out there and doing their thing, and it obviously worked out very well for the Detroit Lions at the end of the year. I like it. I agree with it. The Lions can't let this outside influence get to them, and I don't think it will. I think with the coaches they have in place, with guys who have been there before, guys who have been on teams that had legitimate expectations before, they will teach these guys how to handle this newfound expectations, this newfound, I can't think of another word, but the outside influence is coming into them. They hear this. They hear us saying that they should win the North and win a playoff game. They hear Mina Kimes and Dan Orlovsky and all of these people talking about, yeah, the Lions are going to be good. The Lions are going to win the North. And you can't let that affect how you go after a game, how you go into game-to-game basis. You still need to have that underdog mentality because, as Michael Brocker said, you haven't won anything yet. So you can't go into the season being like, yeah, we got the North. No, you have to go take it. You have to go take this from other teams. You have to go punch teams in the mouth like you did at the end of the season. You have to still be that 1-6 team trying to climb out of the depths of the NFL. You have to go out there and give them everything they have. Be like, oh shit, it's the Lions. Yeah, it's the Lions coming in, and we're going to kick you in the mouth. And we're going to play hard-nosed football. We're not worried about what these people are saying about us. We need to go out there and take this from you. We need to go out there and take these wins from you. Take this NFC North from you. Take a playoff win from you. Because, yeah, those are my expectations, is the NFC North Championship and a playoff game. But it doesn't just happen. It's not just given to you just because you've improved. You need to go out there and take it. Pause.
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
I mean, that's big facts, big things. There's a couple ways to look at this. I'm gonna deflate at the end of it, but I'll start with the juicy stuff. This is a very concern that you had yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like that we had when they came along with the villain kind. I had, at least. I don't know. I can't speak for you, but when they came along with the villain thing, I was like, whoa, like kind of soon just flip the gun.
Jump the gun there.
Yeah, we're still kind of the sweethearts. We're still kind of like the darlings right now. Like you're jumping the gun and going villain. Now I don't know. He said, that's for the pro scouts and personnel and all those guys like that, which clearly they played that out through best pro scouts. They grabbed David Montgomery, let go of Jamal Williams, and so forth, so on and so forth. But Chris, your seat just dropped?
Yeah, I did that intentionally.
Oh, okay. That was fucking hilarious. I thought it wasn't intentionally.
You just see me shrink, and you were like, what happened?
It's easier just to talk to you when I do this, but I guess I should just be looking at the camera. But
it kind of does look like you're looking at me and the camera.
Okay, cool. That's the intentions. This is me looking at the camera. This is me looking at Chris. Does it look different?
Yeah.
Slightly. Yeah, it does.
Come on, we need you here. We need you here.
Yeah, but you're talking about something totally different, man. Anyway, at least Chris is part of the show. There's context with it.
Detroit Sports are part of the show.
But they didn't know. You just said, "Oh, whoa."
Said he got hit in the balls by foul too.
They didn't know who we talking about. Anyway, back to the lecture at hand. You do have to stay humble. But that's on this Detroit Lions team. These young guys that are all still on this team right now, the beauty of having a young football team like this, they got humbled in Carolina with the hype. Because I get it. The media hype is happening, but that's the same thing they saw this season. They became these darlings during this season, during that winning stretch, and then they got smacked by Carolina. Embarrassingly smacked. Because not just did they get smacked, they got smacked by a team that shouldn't have been smacking them around. Mm-hmm. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
Carolina had no business. Carolina's ahead of them in the draft this year because they were a worse team than the Detroit Lions. And they got caught sleeping. This team, again, everyone that's still on the team right now, outside of Jamal Williams and Deshaun Elliott, for the core base of this football team was all there to experience that. Mm-hmm. So I think they're well aware of that. And just like you said, too, the leaders that they bring in this locker room, the type of intensity that they lead with, because they've been a part of winning locker rooms. Like this, they're the leaders by naturally being the veterans.
Yeah.
Albeit 25 years old. That's another piece you love about this football team.
Those are your veterans.
But they're coming from intense situations. They're coming from situations with hype.
Yeah.
CJGJ coming off a Super Bowl run with the Philadelphia Eagles where they had hype on them the entire season. Mm-hmm. He had hype on him when he got traded to that team. Like, oh, this team just had CJGJ. And he performed.
Yes.
He's leading by that example. And that's, they're good. And that's why we're so confident to speak on this team. We know these things. Mm-hmm. But he's not wrong. That's absolutely something
he was in that locker room too.
Yeah, he was in that locker room too.
Yeah.
And they got humbled. But they came back. They came back stronger than ever when they smacked the shit out of the Chicago Bears. The Bears got that's the best thing about getting your ass whooped. The very next week your team's like going for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you have a Matt Patricia team, then you guys are getting fucking smacked every single week. But then that carried on then again to the Green Bay game. And that's a game where everything was on the line. At least for Green Bay. They were playing their hearts out, and the Detroit Lions still capitalized and took advantage of that. Part of that was Kerby Joseph, too, which we got coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got some. Kerby Joseph was on Good Morning Football when he said this, but it's true, man. And Michael Brockers knows this from his run with the Rams. Like, you have realistic expectations going into this season if you're the Detroit Lions. You have the expectations to win an NFC North. The NFC North is very obtainable. And the Detroit Lions are bringing back, I think Jeff said it today, one of the most complete roster in the division from top to bottom. So you should go out there and do it. You were 5-1 in this division last year. And the one loss was on some fluke shit to the Vikings. So I think this is a good message by Michael Brockers. That you can't let this stuff get to your head. You still got to be that underdog, biting kneecaps mentality that this team had and embraced last year, especially in the second half, and you showed the success out of it because of that mentality. But again, Aaron Glenn, Dan Campbell, Calvin Shepard, Ben Johnson, now Dre Bly, these guys are not going to let them get big heads about this. These guys are not going to let them focus on what's happening on the outside, what the outside world is saying to them about them.
Yeah.
They're going to focus on next week. They're going to focus on the enemy in front of them and attack that enemy with everything they have. So I'm not worried about them getting big heads about it because this is still a very young team. They really haven't proven anything yet. They showed that they could beat people, but they didn't make the playoffs. They didn't win the division. They didn't go out there and have a bunch of Pro Bowlers, except for alternates, all-pro guys, stuff like that. They still have a lot to prove. And, yeah, there are expectations, but you need to show the football world that those expectations are based in reality.
Yeah. What up, JB?
Oh, we got a call whenever you guys want to take them.
Okay. We got to go to break soon. I was going to say one more thing about this. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. Oh, I was going to say whether it's by luck or brilliantly designed, but you also got to think, too, a lot of the veterans on this team, one-year deals, which is going to keep them hungry as well. And we talked about it with Josh Jacobs. We talked about it with Deron Payne. We were talking about hopefully this year was going to be a conversation about DeAndre Swift. And even Jamal Williams you saw.
Yeah.
You know, those contract years, dude's seen the ball. We got a couple of vets on here in contract years, including Jeff Okudah, who's back there. CJ GJ.
Why'd you say it
He's going
like
to be
that?
pretty. What?
Now, that was inflection and tone.
No.
Now, that was interesting.
Back there. That was interesting.
I was really just reading his name.
Oh, it's
I was
interesting.
trying. I hesitated a little bit to think of somebody who's like 1 year up. You know what I'm saying? That's like a vet, though. But because I almost said Kerby. Because I was trying to segue to teasing that. Because that's what we're talking about next.
We are talking about Kerby.
Because maybe that's why he said we got to be a little bit humble. Because Kerby was on Good Morning Football talking his shit.
Talking that talk.
He was talking his shit.
And we're going to get into that next. But first, let me tell you about Custom Health Centers. Because you can be like our very own Ryan Ermanni and go from Corey Spaghetti to Corey McGetty in an instant. All thanks to Custom Health Centers. But in all seriousness, Ryan did enlist the help of Custom Health Centers, and he's down upwards of 18 pounds. You can do the same. Just call them at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call Custom Health Centers today. Let them help you lose some weight.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan.
Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals in town. Plus, they will beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
What up, though? And welcome back to the Pro Host Show. We are the Woodward Heavyweights on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
Young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth on 1 to 2s. And we're walking along on a Tuesday. This week went by fast.
Yeah, it did.
It's kind of crazy. It's Thursday already.
It is.
I'm here for it. But previously, we spoke about Michael Brockers being on Good Morning Football and talking about how the Detroit Lions have to be humble a little bit, just because of all the hype along with it. And I don't know if it was because of all the media hype, probably possibly, or because Kerby Joseph on the same show that morning was going off.
He was going
I only
off.
heard half of it.
Yeah.
What went down? What did I miss?
Well, he brought the ball. Aaron Rodgers, more than likely last pass as a Green Bay Packer. The one he picked it off. He brought it. They asked him, you just carry it around. He said, yeah, I keep it on me like ID. He was talking about how he could have had 4 interceptions. He is the first.
5, he said.
5, yeah, he said 5. But he is the first player to pick off Aaron Rodgers 3 times in a single season.
The only.
He is Aaron Rodgers' father. Kerby Joseph is the father of Aaron Rodgers. He sunned him. Little Bambino at the T. It was awesome to see him talking shit. To see him talking about how they're coming from the north, talking about what they're doing is something that can't be stopped. Like, I love it, man. I love Kerby getting up there talking choppy. Because he can. because he went out there and balled, and he picked off Aaron Rodgers 3 times.
We can't play the video because it's part of NFL Network's IP or whatever the hell you want to call it. But when they gave that fun fact, you only player to pick off Aaron Rodgers 3 times in the season. The only player to pick off Aaron Rodgers 3 times in the season. It wasn't like a thank you, man, or anything like that. Kerby's response was, should have been 5.
Yes.
Like, that's some gangster ass shit.
That is some gangster shit.
But you can say that when you own a man like that. Like, he is his father. And you want to say he's going to the New York Jets. The Lions already beat the New York Jets, too.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I'm saying? So all around.
Dan Campbell's the king of New York, and
he really is.
Kerby Joseph is the king of Aaron Rodgers' estate, wherever that is. He pays him rent. He pays him back taxes. And I love it, man. He's a rookie. And yeah, Murph said they pulled up his Wikipedia. Kerby Joseph's Wikipedia. And it says on it, the father of Aaron Rodgers. It was just awesome, man. It was awesome. And I can't wait to see him grow. I can't wait to see him learn the position more, because it was his second year playing safety. Like, the guy's new at this. The guy's new to this. And he's already that good. His ball skills are elite. And with the pieces added around him, you talked about how in Pittsburgh they said Cam Sutton opened up Minkah Fitzpatrick to do what he does. Well, now you got Cam Sutton and you got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And you're getting Tracy Walker back. This is only going to help Kerby Joseph's growth, give him the freedom to be the player he is, go out there and hunt the ball. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what he does next year.
I'm excited just in general. I mean, geez, Louise, bro. We got the best secondary. We have to see on the field, because I'm not going to disrespect Darius Slay and Glover Quinn like that, but could possibly be the best secondary Detroit Lions have had in my lifetime coming up. And we kind of discussed it yesterday, like who plays center fielder on this team, because so many of these guys can make plays between Sutton, CJ, GJ, and Kerby. And ultimately we went with Kerby, because luckily enough, Cam Sutton can play outside corner, CJ, GJ can play nickel corner, so that leaves Kerby to be the playmaker. And I guess for him to build his confidence is only going to intrigue him more to develop his game, to get even better at his craft. Not that he was, did it before, but like I feel like when you see like your potential, the way he's seen the potential, like knowing that he could play the position at this level, at as high as level as he has throughout last season, it's beautiful. Because the other thing I love too about Kerby moving to a full-time middle fielder, or whatever you want to call the expression, center fielder, is the fact that, like,
you really hate baseball.
He did struggle in coverage. Like, I know a lot of people are on his D, but like there's a lot of, like, if you go back to, like, if we're being real about it, the Seattle Seahawks game, that was, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Kirby's first start at the safety position, and it was rough. It was rough in terms of, like, X and O's coverage. Now, yes, can he make plays when given an opportunity? 100%. But in X and O's coverage, he had that happen against Minnesota.
Yeah.
He had it happen against Seattle. I believe 2 touchdowns lost to Seattle. And then the other situation that he had in Chicago. I don't know if you guys remember Cole Kmet. He had, I think, 2 big gashes on us.
Yeah.
But that was that was his job. Next year, that's not his job. At least we're assuming this. Just next year, that's not going to be his job. Next year, his job is get back there and make plays in the damn ball.
Yeah.
And we know he can do that.
We know he can do that.
We know that's one thing he can do.
Yeah. When you have top-level talent in front of you as a guy in the back end,
yeah,
it's just going to make everything in your life easier.
Oh, snap.
And you put in a Cam Sutton on the end, or on the outside. Emmanuel Mosley, Jeff Okudah, Jerry Jacobs, whoever it is on the other side. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah.
Tracy Walker next to. Like, you bring in that much talent, you add that much talent to the defense, especially just the defensive backfield, it's going to make everything easier for him. All of these guys, too, have played the position. Half of them have played safety. So they can talk to him about it. Give him some pointers. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson led the league in interceptions last year. I'm sure he could talk to Kerby Joseph about what routes to take, how to play safety well, because he used to. Cam Sutton played a little safety. It's like these guys are going to be able to teach him so much, and he is in a perfect position to flourish in this Lions secondary.
I totally forgot that we had a caller. I don't know if he's still there.
Yeah.
JB, we still got him?
Yeah, they're still here.
Who is it?
Vinny.
Vinny.
Is this big shot Vinny?
Vinny, I feel bad, man. Sorry about that.
All right, I'm going to put him through.
That's good. It's good.
What up, Vinny?
How you feeling?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I just have a question about Marvin Jones. I know he was like a really big Lions guy back in the day, but I don't think he's like explosive enough. He's not going to do well. So he's like 32.
Yeah, you didn't bring him in to be like explosive like that in my mind. You know what you got when
more like for like route.
Yeah, a good route runner, a good possession receiver guy, someone who you can rely on third down or something like that. You have all the explosion you need in Jameson Williams. You've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's a dependable guy. Him being your third option, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and he should be like a locker room veteran too, right?
Definitely. He's going to be in the hip pocket of Jameson Williams all year.
Especially with that young team.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you look at like Marvin Jones, like in his time here, that was his role, was the deep ball guy, and like I think he still could fulfill that. I think that he was at, I can't even say he was at in Jacksonville. I looked at like the yards per catch, and it wasn't what Charks was, but I mean, nonetheless, you just want somebody there at the X spot to play the role of DJ Chark so that Jameson Williams could excel in the slot. Because when we saw him in the slot last year, dude was open a lot, and every time he touched the ball, it seemed that he could almost score a touchdown in every single play. And if you have a guy in the X, he doesn't necessarily need to be, I mean, obviously in the perfect world, you want him to be productive, but just having him there allows you to move J-Mo into that slot position to where you see him have success last year. And not only did he have success last year, now you get the chemistry with Jared Goff he's going to hopefully gain this offseason.
Yeah. I also have another question. Do you guys think about drafting like a quarterback like Richardson or Levis maybe?
I don't want Will Levis at all. I'm staying away from Will Levis. Richardson, if he's there at 6 and Jalen Carter's gone, I wouldn't be mad about it. I don't see the Lions doing it though, personally.
You don't think the GM will do it though?
I don't. No.
I think if it's I'll tell you what. If I'm being honest with you guys, and I had mentioned I actually wanted to do this in the beginning of the show. I meant to, and maybe I'll do it next segment. But I wanted to apologize to like a lot of the crackheads from yesterday, and every time we talk about anything that disagrees with me. I have no clue. We really don't have any clue what Brad Holmes is going to do. And if he did take Levis, I mean, if it was at 18, I think you have to be like kind of happy because he was at one point considered a top 10 prospect. But at 6 is just the only place I have beef with it. If he took Anthony Richardson at 6, I'm cool with it because that's a top level prospect, and this is the perfect situation to bring him into. He has to sit for a while and learn the game, which he's openly admitted to.
For sure. Appreciate you calling in, Vinny.
You're the man, Vinny.
Yep, thank you. Hey, what about Hendon Hooker? You think he'd be able? You'd take him, or is he too high?
Easy loves him.
I like me some Hooker.
Yeah,
I love some Hooker. I'm pro ho. You know,
pro
if you don't know, this is a pro ho show.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
I like me some Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it as early as late. I don't think it'll happen for the Detroit Lions unless Brad goes full villain mode. But as early as the late first, early second, that's where I see him. I mean, you go from what's his name on NBC? Chris Sims to PFF. I mean, Hendon Hooker is probably the 4th best quarterback in this class if he's fully healthy. So I'm pro ho. I take Hooker all day.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Thank
sure.
you guys, and as always, go Browns.
Go Browns.
Oh, get out of here, Vinny. You ruined it. No, appreciate you for calling.
Dirty mother sucker. Who else we got, JB?
All right, I'll send you guys Braxton.
I thought it was Jessica for a second. She's gonna talk about hot dogs.
What?
What's up, Braxton?
What?
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good?
How you feeling, man?
What up, man?
Hey, so I have a question for y'all. So this season coming up, I just want to hear if y'all have any hot takes about this team that like anything. So for me, I feel like this defense is gonna outperform the offense this year.
Ooh.
That's mine. I want to hear what y'all's got.
That's a good one.
I like that.
That is a hot take. I got Hutchinson at 13.5 sacks.
I got you want a hot take for me. I don't. I think this offense is going to outpace the defense just because they already have a lot of the same pieces. This defense is a lot of new pieces. But my hot take would be top 10 defense. How about
Top
that?
10 defense.
How about this? Top 5 in turnovers.
Okay.
I like that.
You got Aiden Hutchinson getting
also,
interceptions, dog. Like you add the secondary too. Like, come on.
I also think this one's even more hot. I feel like by the end of the season, we're gonna have the discussion about Hutchinson and Houston. Which one is better?
Ooh.
I think
that's a
JB would change the conversation
Houston's
too.
moves are like top 5 in the league. He showed first year, just like some of the stuff he was like performing and stuff. Like another year under his belt, I feel like we might have to have that discussion. It wouldn't be a bad discussion. I'm just saying.
I got one more.
Okay, I want to hear JB's real quick on that one because he's already kind of entertained that one a little bit.
No, James Houston.
Little Houston over Hutch. You see that? You taking that hot take?
I can see that happening. I could. He's getting another year under his belt, and honestly, experience helps. And I think he's just going to get better with time as time goes on, especially if you add more pieces around him as well too. So I'm with it.
It's a good call, Braxton. Okay, we might get some topics out of this one.
Penei Sewell, first team All Pro.
I'm with it.
Thank you.
Is that hot?
That's hot. Lane Johnson's still in the league.
Who got it over him? Was Christian Wirfs? Or no,
Tristan Wirfs. That's Pro Bowl.
Yeah, which that shouldn't have been.
Penei Sewell, first team All Pro. That's my hot take.
What do you
That sounds good.
Chris, what was the hottest of takes in that last 2 minutes? Hey,
Appreciate you, Braxton.
Hey, calling again with the heat.
Yeah,
man. That was nice. That was a good call.
That was a good call.
Hey, I got y'all.
Appreciate you, brother.
Sure.
Chris, what was the hottest of takes this past 2 minutes?
I think it's honestly the Houston versus Hutch one because I mean you got to think about it. One was Aiden Hutchinson, the blue chip prospect, and played great last year, and
one was a 5th round
was
pick.
Arguably defensive player of the year, and to have another guy from that same draft potentially be better, is a hot take, but it's also plausible.
Year,
Defensive rookie, yeah.
It's also plausible.
You guys want to have that conversation when we get back?
Yeah, we can do that.
You want to do that?
We can do that.
All right, tell us about Big Boy. Let's get to it.
I will tell you about Guardian Alarm because Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology has been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out
right now. And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
What else, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights.
Bro, we would be done for if we ever got hot mics.
Was it hot?
No.
Oh, block was hot.
We would be done for if we ever got hot mics.
Welcome back.
Shit we talk about?
It's the Woodward Heavyweights, live on WoodwardSports.com.
What up, though?
Most cancelable show on the network.
Yes.
And in a broad scheme, I feel like our audience knows. Like
our audience,
you tune into the heavies.
Yeah.
Young Chris, what?
I feel like our commercial breaks are honestly a collection of how many cancelable / flagrant things can we say in this commercial break before we go back there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, one day I'm just gonna start a tally. Kind of cancelable.
Yeah,
kind of cancelable.
Pretty cancelable. And they tried to cancel me.
They did.
For what?
You
when
did.
I called you
we're not gonna bring it up. Oh, okay.
Oh,
we weren't gonna bring it back up, but we did. I don't want you. I'm trying to avoid that.
When I said when you were wearing your Crocodile Dundee fit.
Yeah. Well, I think it was like something specific because I don't think there's anything wrong. You just calling him a colonizer, but you said something specific.
Honestly, it's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
I didn't say the part that they tried to cancel me over.
You didn't say it?
Yeah. Like right now.
Oh,
I'm not gonna bring that back up.
It's the funniest thing calling people colonizers. Also, like, I'm Canadian, so like, how good am I at colonizing?
That's true.
Like,
I'm salty. Everything. Chill out in the chat, bro. That is inappropriate, bro. You have to pay for those type of questions. Man.
All right.
Send a super chat.
They
You
trying
want
to
that one
cancel.
answered,
Why are they
bro.
trying to cancel Adam? What did he say? I heard he's been using the R word pretty heavy. Is that what it is?
The R word?
Yeah. Cousin.
Responsible?
Oh, no. It's somebody said, I forgot, it was either Monday or Tuesday, basically about, the chick who went up in the schools to shooting up everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. He made a comment off that, and of course someone in the chat didn't like it, so he's trying to report them to YouTube and everything to get them kicked off.
Who was it?
I don't know the username though.
That sounds like something
But
I would
yeah,
do.
I think somebody posted it on Twitter.
That's why we just talk about sports and porn stars. We stick to our lane.
Yeah. Pretty much it. When
All right,
people
Jake,
ask,
who's on the?
Oh yeah, we got another caller. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Here's Owen for you guys.
Cheese Nips Owen?
Maybe.
What's up?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
What's up, Owen?
What up, pancakes?
Hey, I had a question.
What's going on, man?
And then, so, number 6, I'm feeling like Kyrie Wilson or Jalen Carter, but the Jalen Carter problem concerns me a little bit.
Did you say number 6, Tyree Wilson or Jalen Carter? That's what you want?
Yeah.
For sure.
Or Kalijah Kancey and move back.
Okay, I'm glad you had the second part of that one. Owen, I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you for calling in,
And
Owen.
then I got another question.
Okay.
So at 48, I am feeling like we go. No, at 18, my bad. 18, I am feeling like we go Joey Porter or we go Luke Van Ness if he's there.
I wouldn't mind the Joey Porter if
sure
you're
wouldn't mind
getting
Joey
Jalen Carter, but we don't need that many more edges. Like that's what it is for me. Obviously, you need as many as you can get, but they're pretty loaded at the pass rushing spot.
And then I was saying at 48, I was thinking we get a linebacker like Jack Campbell. If we have to move up, it's okay. We have lots of draft capital.
Yeah.
Owen, appreciate you calling in, man.
Appreciate you calling in, Owen. Thanks for the call.
No, 100%. Before we got to your fourth round pick, let's wrap that one up. Thank you for calling in, Owen.
I like Jack Campbell.
I like that. Yeah.
We thought it was Owen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We thought.
If you heard us laugh, it's because we thought it was Cheese Nips.
Yeah.
And I
if
said,
you heard
"What's
us
up,
laughing,
pancakes?"
he called them pancakes.
This was an inside joke.
Because you guys remember before the time of JB, it was Owen in the booth before he went back to MSU, and so we thought that was him calling in.
It was not.
You called him pancakes.
It was an actual Owen, aka pancakes. Owen, I appreciate you calling in, brother. Yeah, no, I'm with you. The Tyree Wilson stuff at 6, that's not my favorite pick of the litter. I'm not in love with it, and that's why I think
I don't love Tyree Wilson either.
Yeah, if Carter isn't there, well, I fully don't expect Anderson to be there. But if Carter isn't there, if Anderson isn't there, if Richardson isn't there, or any of those other quarterbacks that aren't going to be there,
that not named Will Levis,
aren't there, then sell a pick.
I
Get
agree.
out.
I agree.
Because you truly put yourself in a situation where you could grab anything you need and or not anything you need, but anything you want, and you just don't have to waste that at 6. You could do that later on in the draft. Kancey's going to be there. I fully believe at least past like 13. He won't make it past the Eagles. Maybe that's a situation you might have to watch out for. They did lose some interior defensive tackles, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's what it is for me too. If it's not Carter, obviously I'm not even going to say Will Anderson because he's not going to be there, or one of the top 3 quarterbacks there at 6, I'm trading back, and I'm getting Gonzo at 11 or wherever you trade back to.
See, that's where we were on the Gonzo train together, which I'm still Gonzo, but I kind of veered off and went back to Witherspoon.
Yeah.
After looked up this
Kirby
stuff
talks about
Slay.
Witherspoon on Good Morning Football.
Did he?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Saying he's a dog, because they played together.
Yeah.
He's praising him highly.
Like what? I mean, things. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Like he was a dog, what he brings to the table, stuff like that.
Okay. I'm with the shits. Before Owen's call, we kind of want to discuss a topic from another caller, and it was a hot topic.
Hot takes.
Hot take.
Like Jessica with a hot dog.
Like Jessica with a hot dog.
JV has no idea what we're talking about.
I have no idea what's going on. What's with this hot dog?
Chat's getting wild. Chat's getting wild.
Chat's getting thirsty.
What? Yeah, Jessica in the Woodward Sports chat. Hot dog wrapped around your wrist like handcuffs, dripping with mayo.
That's what's going on in the chat.
That's
right
what's
now.
going on in the chat right now.
If you guys are listening on our podcast platform, we are live from 5 to 7 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
If you ever want to take part of the madness.
The live chat is it's on one today, man.
Do miss iKing though.
I do miss
the
iKing
live chat
Horse.
standard was set by iKing.
Oh yeah.
We gotta get him back. We gotta figure out what happened there.
I keep looking over at Chris and I'm like, is he shrinking more and more? Like, what is happening over here?
iKing Horse used to bring the heat, man.
Put your camera on, Chris. What'd you shrink down for? Oh, to fit in the camera frame?
I just kind of like, I'm kind of leaning back and forth, like looking at the screens and stuff. And if I have the chair up one level, which I had it, it's like too high and then I got to duck. And this one's too short. There's no like intermediate. If I sit up straight, like I look fine. But if I slouch a little and like look, oh, it's a great segment.
Captivating story.
Yeah.
Captivating.
I was just curious what the hell was going on in there. All right. James Houston over Aiden Hutchinson at the end of 2023.
No.
No way.
Not no way. No, it's definitely possible, but I think Hutch is getting 13.5 sacks. I think he's going to have a big year.
How many do you think Houston's getting?
10.
Damn, brother. Like, for real?
Yeah.
Or like you're saying like that's what they can get?
Like around 10.
Trying to give you an out here. That's... Damn.
Yeah. He got 8 in 7 games.
Yeah. But when Tyree Wilson's playing there, how's he going to get PT, bro?
Ain't getting no Tyree
We're going to draft Tyree Wilson there.
Yeah, we got Tyree Wilson at home.
We do got Tyree Wilson at home. JB, when you say better than Aiden, that's like as an edge rusher, right? Like specifically, or like just flat out player?
No, this edge rusher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to like derail Aiden's, progression that he's going to take, his step he's going to take forward in this league, but I just think that Houston's going to edge him out just a little bit more. Hey, yo, what?
Nothing.
What do I do? I was like...
What? What do you say?
Say Houston's going to edge him out.
Oh, chill.
Oh, jeez.
If I were to...
Gross.
I guess have like a little bit of a... Gross. If I were to play...
I'm just dropping on myself.
Yeah, there you go. Pause again.
Damn.
Pause again. Damn.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
What I was gonna say though, what I was getting to, like
Spike Hub.
If I were to play a Spike Hub, now that's a shirt. I'm making that shirt. I'm writing it down right now. Spike Hub would be fire. Make sure you cop that one. SpeakeasySports.com. Anyway, WarSports.com, like button, all that good stuff.
Yep.
5-star review.
5-star review.
5 stars. James Houston being better than Aiden. I'm trying to visualize it, and if I'm going to speak it into existence, like the way I can see it, is that I kind of said this like a couple weeks ago too. Is like you go back to that the Chicago Bears game, where you saw him go back to like his roots as a linebacker and was like dropping back into coverage, which Aiden's dropped back into coverage too with this AG defense. Remember Dan Campbell was talking about like AG's back there cooking up right now. Like this defense is going to be freaky, bro, with the amount of pieces they got now. But nonetheless,
the amount of pieces, the interchangeable pieces they have, the stunts that they'll be able to run with, like, think of you have Aiden Hutchinson on the edge, Kancey next to him.
Yeah.
Like the stunts that they could run with those guys, weaving in and out, moving to different positions.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch.
If I wanted to throw a bone at the Tyree Wilson camp, I mean, there is a reality where you could see James Houston and Tyree Wilson and Aiden on the field together at the same time, simply because of Houston's ability to play the linebacker position. That's what I was kind of getting at too. Like if I were to see a world where he becomes a better player than Aiden, it's that Micah Parsons role in which he compares himself to in that interview he spoke to at Jackson State, which again you saw a piece of that in the Chicago Bears game at home. He was dropping back, came back, fucked Fields up, made him fumble.
Easy, put this number in the chat for our guy Flocka.
May I get the number to the studio? I want to call in. Flocka.
Chris, you had something to say?
Yeah. So Eazy, I want to just get your take on this. So you had last year, you said Aaron Glenn was working with, what was it, like rotten vegetables or spoiled vegetables, something along those lines.
Trying to make I'm giving Spinny his due credit. Bar. He says he's trying to make a salad with spoiled vegetables.
Okay. So now what's the analogy this year?
What's the analogy now?
Yeah, what's the analogy this year given what they have?
Making fucking creme brulee, my friend. He's making fucking...
Trying to make beef Wellington with premier items.
Bone apple titties, bro. Yeah. He's got it. He's got whatever. He's Salt Baying that shit.
Fresh Buddha.
He's straight up Salt Baying that shit because
he's sous vide a prime rib right now. Like he's sous vide a fillet.
Like he was working. Literally, what it is, you want an expression, a food expression on the heavyweights? I'll give it to you. What it was in the beginning of the season was raw steak. Some people eat it raw. Pause.
Jessica likes hot dogs. Right?
But it had to cook. He had to cook it up a bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of young players. Only two pieces were familiar with this, so he was only familiar with salt and pepper within this defense, and the thing had to cook, had to get it seasoned a little bit. The guys got seasoned. Aiden turned on. They found out that he's better at stand-up or just at least mixing it up a little bit. James Houston came on. Kerby Joseph. Like, they had to cook. They got to cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And now this season, he's got a little bit more seasonings to work with.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. Like, he's cooking something up. Bone apple titty.
And we got some callers. We're gonna get back to the callers. Why do I keep saying callers? Callers. We're gonna get back to those guys. We're gonna get back to them callers right in a minute. But let me tell you about Big Boy. Because Big Boy Seafood Fest is back. Catch what I can. Some favorites during Lent, like shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, and the new fish sandwich. Don't forget about the all-you-can-eat fish fry buffet on Friday nights. Go to your local Big Boy today and satisfy those taste buds. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Golly! It's Chili Peppers Tanning. That is the place where you can find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals where they beat all competitors by $5. $5. $5. That is a lot. Golly! Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold Designer Skin Caltan and Swedish Beauty Lotion. ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest balls, the hottest deals. Y'all know where to go. It's ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Dude, welcome back.
I don't know what the hell's going on in the chat right now, bro. This is a weird place. I feel uncomfortable.
We are the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm Eazy, it's Spimo Rex.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth. It is going off the rails.
It's pretty funny.
So much so, I don't even know what the hell we were talking about. Are we still talking Houston? Are we turning the page? What are we doing now?
Turn the page.
Turn the page. Oh, we got two callers.
We got callers.
Actually.
Yeah, let's run the callers.
Let's do that.
All right, I got you. Here is Scott for you guys.
Scotty boy.
Scott.
Hey, gentlemen. How's it going today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Just wanting that damn draft to get here. I need my football back, damn it.
Is there a way to turn Scott down a little bit?
I know what you mean, man.
My bad.
Hi, what'd you call to say, my guy?
Nothing. I was just calling to say that I was watching a little bit of the Joel Klatt earlier today, and he was saying that 3 possible players that could fall to the Lions for that B.J. Robinson, running back out of Texas, along with defensive tackle for Michigan for a run stop that I think it's Massey Smith, and then that Tyree Wilson. Mozzie, my bad.
Yeah. It depends where Bijan's going. I don't know if he makes it to 18, and I don't know if the Lions pick him at 6. I wouldn't hate it if they grabbed him, but not at 6. Again, we've talked about Tyree Wilson, how we both feel like it's kind of a clusterfuck there with all the edges that the Lions have already. But Mozzie Smith, I'd be cool with. If you don't get Jalen Carter or Calijah Cancey, I'm very cool with them grabbing Mozzie Smith.
Yes. Oh, yeah, he's a great run stop, and that's exactly what they need to fill the rest of that D out.
And he's an athletic freak. Like,
boards.
Shooting up the boards. Yeah.
There's a piece. I appreciate you calling it, Scott.
Thanks,
Scott.
Scott.
I think it's The Athletic. I don't know who writes it, but they have like their freaks. I was talking about it with Booner and Lucas actually like 2 weeks ago. Actually after Lucas's birthday, and I'm gonna find out who it is. But they're the freaks of the draft. Like, guys that are just like freakishly athletic and underrated. And his number one was Mozzie Smith.
Yeah, dude, he did that. I forget what it was. I remember during college football season, I watched it because he was doing these like stair jumps where he was jumping up these stairs like 2 feet at a time, but they were like not just like a regular set of stairs. They were like big ass training stairs in Michigan, and he did it faster than Aiden Hutchinson did it last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dude's pretty freaky. I wouldn't mind grabbing him at all if you can't get one of those, Carter or Kancey in the first round.
Yeah. I need someone on the show smarter than me. I wish we get Dion on, and maybe I'll do it when I get on live with him, or maybe like Russell or something like that. But like I know that Aleem has played like all positions for the Detroit Lions because the defense has changed twice now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious, like obviously where he was this year was his best.
Yes.
So
against the Jets.
Yeah.
Or the Giants.
Is bringing in a Mozzie, who, in my opinion, kind of like similar mold or similar build to Aleem, probably a little bit more thicker. I have to look up the actual facts on that one, but I almost feel like he's kind of similar. And that's the question I have is like, if you bring in someone similar to Aleem, are you then forcing him to play the role he's not best at? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of defensive tackle are they looking to put next to him?
Well, Mozzie can also he can rush the quarterback. Like he can get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
He's definitely better at stopping the run, but he can also get to the quarterback. Like he's got that quick twitch.
Cause I'm sure this defense stays the same after these additions in the secondary. Like you want as many of those guys in the field as possible.
Yeah.
And CJGJ can play the run too. It's not like he's like just some skinny little punk back there. You saw it in the Super Bowl.
Cracked Isaiah Pacheco.
Which Isaiah Pacheco runs angry too.
Yes, he does.
You know what I'm saying? It's like to get a crack on him. Like that's pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive.
I know he's a rookie 7th-round pick, but you can't deny it. When Isaiah Pacheco runs that football, he's looking to hurt somebody. And he's always trying to make a tackle on him. He's looking to inflict the damage first. What? We laughing at now?
Nah, dude, the
Don't
chat,
even do
man, it's just...
Yeah, fuck him.
The chat is wild. I don't know what's going on. I keep looking down and seeing something about a hot dog and this girl, Jessica. Like, what is happening?
I don't know.
Shout out to Jessica.
Jessica's feeling good with her hot dogs. Who's the next caller?
All right, yeah, we still got 2 more callers here, so I'll send you John.
John, how you feeling, John?
How's it going, boys?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Okay, I have a question about the draft. What would you think if he's there at 18 if we drafted Arkansas linebacker Drew Sanders? I think this dude has an all-pro ceiling if he reaches it.
Yeah, Drew Sanders is a great prospect, man. You look at what he did. He was an edge at Alabama and then switched to linebacker when he went to Arkansas. He is another guy that is super athletic, can make a lot of plays, do a lot of different things. I wouldn't mind that at all. 18 is a little rich for my blood, especially with the linebackers you look at that will possibly be available in the second round. But I'm not gonna question Brad Holmes now. He is a guy that you can move around and can do a lot of different things for you. I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't love it. It's a little high for me.
Yeah,
I think he will be. I think he will be a mid to late first round pick, maybe even earlier, depending. I would not be surprised at all. His stock is all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the first linebacker off the board.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing with Drew Sanders. I don't know about like a middle first round pick, but a later first round pick for sure, or to second round pick. He is a bit more of a project because he played that edge. He was an edge rusher at Alabama, and he moved to Arkansas, become the linebacker. But he is a freak. He's a specimen. And I honest to God, Brad Holmes, I wouldn't be if he got picked at 18. I wouldn't be mad, to be honest with you guys. I'd be more upset with like this Luke Van Ness shit that I'm seeing.
I agree.
Yeah, this shit is like getting kind of silly to me. Didn't start in college. All right, didn't test really well in the combine or pro day. What is it? What is it that we're freaking out about here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I need to watch some tape. But no, I'd be cool with Drew Sanders at 18. It's a position of need, and the dude on athletic sheet is something you can mold into something. He's a beast. Mm-hmm. So I'm with you, man.
All right, guys, have a good one. I'm gonna let you go.
Thanks,
man.
Appreciate you calling in.
Yep.
Yeah, I got no beef with Drew
No,
Sanders.
I don't hate it either, man. 18 might be a little high. 18 might be a little high for me, but he's a great talent for sure.
The reason why I'm kind of open to it too is like I don't know how to judge these linebackers. They've been all over the place, and I can't solely go off of like these mock drafts because mock drafts also have like Anderson falling to 6 at times.
Yeah.
So when I see like Sanders, Simpson, Campbell all fall into the second round, like I can't guarantee it's going to happen. One of those guys has to be the number 1 linebacker off the board, and
definitely
it's possible that they go in the first round. Who else we got, JB?
Who do we got?
All right, Vinny's calling back again for you guys.
Oh, Vinny. Doubling down.
How you guys doing?
Good. How you feeling?
I was just wondering who you think the Browns should draft. I don't know if you guys know them.
Hang up on Vinny right now.
Yeah, get Vinny out of here. This ain't a Browns show, Vinny. This ain't, I don't even know any streets in Cleveland, but this ain't that stupid street show. No, appreciate you calling.
Appreciate you calling, Vinny.
Fucking Browns.
I don't give a fuck about the Browns, honestly. Who should they draft?
I don't even know when they pick.
Receiver, offensive line, I don't fucking know.
Probably receiver. I can see. I don't know when they pick though.
Do you think Watson was rusty?
Yes.
Because you know who?
I don't think he's just bad now. Like I think he hadn't played in like 2 years.
You had a great point. Yeah, I actually always low-key thought this about Watson. I think I brought this up when it was like you and I and Jeff in the Studio B. It was like
they don't have a first-round pick.
He always had numbers, but it never resulted in wins for them. It rarely resulted in wins for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm always just never a fan of that. Like another thing too is like he had DeAndre Hopkins, so it's not like he was like there by himself. Dwayne Brown was an offensive lineman for him too. Like he had pieces, Arian Foster, David Johnson, post trade. But I don't know. I don't know what to make of him after this year.
Yeah.
Because now you see him without DeAndre Hopkins. He could be rusty. You know, I'm still like siding with that more so than anything. But I don't know. It's kind of sketchy.
Browns don't have a pick until the 3rd round.
Yeah, they gave up a lot to get.
Fuck
Deshaun
the Browns,
Watson.
dude.
You want to hear my Jessica theory?
Like she's a dude?
I think she's married.
And that's her husband?
Yeah, for sure. Look, our audience is like 99% male.
Yeah.
Like she probably just left her Google logged in on the
So
household
you
computer.
said Jessica is really 60-year-old boomer Maz.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny.
It's Jessica's husband.
Maz's burner.
Jessica's way too funny to be a girl.
Cancel Eazy. He doesn't think Amy Schumer's hilarious.
I was just playing around. Tell us about SMA.
I will tell you about SMA because SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency, helps spread awareness about mental health or substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
What up, though? Welcome back.
I don't know what the fuck is going on in the chat right now.
WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy, Eazy, my guy, spin more racks.
What up, though?
Yo, Chris Lee, TD Booth, JB Smooth on the 1s and 2s.
5-star review.
Dave Swaniger in the Woodward Sports chat says Van Ness had a 9.2 RAS grade, testing higher than Nolan Smith athletically. Outsnapped every Iowa starter and was a redshirt sophomore. Upperclassmen usually get the nod. That's some fun information.
That's
See,
fair.
When you have discourse, you come away informed.
Mm-hmm.
David informed me. Now, from the measurements that I've seen, I wasn't that impressed with him athletically. I definitely think Nolan Smith is probably a little bit more athletic than Van Ness, but I could be wrong. I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. I haven't thoroughly done my homework for Van Ness, and now that he's come up, I've seen him. Was it I don't fucking know his name at CBS. They had Van Ness at 6. Like, that makes me want to slap somebody.
Yeah.
That makes me want to slap the shit out of it.
Not at 6.
Moving on. But I openly admit, though, I haven't done too much homework on Van Ness. I was automatically turned off by, like, the other side of the information. I never got David's information, so maybe I'll tap in and see what he's about. But as of now, I'm good. Yeah. I told you guys I'm already kind of good on the edge rusher situation in general. Like,
yeah, me too. You can take one late, or like middle rounds, but
yeah, like I feel
not
like
in the first 4.
Unless it's like a generational guy. If it's Will Anderson, who's expected or has been talked about being generational,
yes,
then you do that. Tyree Wilson, not that. Like there's the consensus like generational talent is what I'm talking about. Because you'll find the Adam Baydoons of the world who are like, yeah, take Kancey 6. Like you'll find someone who say that about Kancey or Tyree Wilson and Luke Van Ness, but like the consensus guys like Will Anderson, like that's when I invest in the defensive end position. Although Brad Holmes did say they don't carry a depth chart into the draft room. They want to draft just purely based off talent, and that's just how this regime's been. Just competition. So we shall see, but I'm not currently on the Vanessa train. But I'll dive deeper. You have my word. What?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Just quit being a strike. Don't look at it. Turn it away. Unless you want to read it.
No, I don't.
Make it part of the show.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah. Go
Hey,
for it.
this is from Jessica. Hey, even a 747 looks small when you're flying a hot dog through the Grand Canyon fueled by mayo.
What?
What the fuck does that even mean, dude?
So Jessica's definitely a guy. And now I'm starting to think it's her ex that's logged in. What? With these analogies here. The Way fan, Spinny has a comment for you. Spinny, I really enjoyed your fellatio the other day. I'm just kidding. I really enjoyed your answer on BD today. Getting Bedard over the other first overall picks in the NFL.
Yeah.
What's he talking about?
Connor Bedard. Over. They made D-Mac proposed the question, like, what would you rather have happen? The Red Wings get Connor Bedard, the Pistons get Wembanyama, or the Lions get Will Anderson?
Ooh.
I said Connor Bedard because he's a freak.
Freakier than Will Anderson?
Yeah. He's going to be your number 1 center.
Don't you feel like the Lions are closer, though?
I do, but they don't need Will Anderson as much as the Red Wings need Connor Bedard.
How often do, like, number 1 overalls in hockey flop?
Not very often.
Oh, really?
And especially not this kid. This kid's a freak in nature, dude. Like, he's getting, like, Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid comparisons.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's a monster.
Zyke on the World Sports Chats. Didn't Watson have a great season after they traded D-Hop? I don't know. Let's get informed. JB, do you feel like doing the homework? I'll tell you what year D-Hop got traded.
JB's in there Googling hot dogs.
and Mayo brands.
And Mayo brands.
He's looking up Jessica on LinkedIn.
Trying to find out where she at.
Trying to find that OF.
I don't want to see that OF. She's talking about hot dogs and mayo. Like, I'm good on the OF.
Hey, we're pro-ho.
We are, but that doesn't mean I got to look at it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Hopkins played it.
Gotta be.
I don't know if Watson played post Hopkins because all the drama afterward.
I'm not sure.
I'll tell you what, Deshaun Watson stats. That's how I'll do this. Will you bullshit while I look this up?
Yeah.
All
so
right.
I remember when I had my first hot dog. No. There is a lot to go into this conversation though, like because obviously Wembanyama, hot dogs, lots of hot dogs, big old bread bowl full of cut up hot dogs. So, there is a lot because Wembanyama is also a generational talent. You look at it, they talked about how much money he can bring to a franchise, but like
500 million.
I also get a little nervous when I look at a guy who's 7'6" and dribbles and cuts. Like,
hey, yo.
What?
Keep going.
Like, the risk of injury is always there with guys of that height, and I know he hasn't dealt with injury in his past, but still, like, neither did Chet, and Chet died before the season even started because LeBron stepped on his toe. So I just think Connor Bedard could be the number 1 center on the Red Wings at 18 years old and could solidify them as playoff contenders for a very long time. And I'm cool with Brandon Miller to the Pistons, and I'm cool with Jalen Carter to the Lions. So I don't have as much of a need for – Wembanyama is the one that's right there. Like Wemby, Bedard, it's a toss-up, but I think the Red Wings are a lot closer than the Pistons.
I mean, it's a tough question for me to answer because I'm not familiar with Bedard. I'm not familiar with like hockey draft classes and how they always usually pan out. But
is there a draft lottery in the NHL?
Yeah.
Oh.
Selfishly, not selfishly at all, but I'd probably go Wemby.
Yeah.
I think the Lions, like if specifically Anderson, like if it was Carter, I'm going Carter overall of all these situations. But in this one, I'm going Wemby to the Pistons. Just let me see something, please. But you're right. Everything you said about Wemby's true, and it's some shit that I think about.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, actually, you were reading some stuff about him too, weren't you?
Yeah, so I listened to a podcast and read an article. It was by Brian Windhorst and ESPN's #1 draft guy. I forget his name. It's Jonathan Giovanni or something like that. But they both went into detail and they followed Victor, and they were the only people that have gotten access to Victor, and they had access to him for like, I believe it was a week or 2 weeks, and they got to meet his family, they got to talk to his trainer, sit down with him, all of that, and it was a really interesting pod. Like all of the science that goes into this guy, the way they constructed this team, because in Europe it's not like the NBA where the guy is the star player and you build around them, but this is a team that is on the verge of getting relegated to a lower league. So they got the French national coach, they brought him in and allowed Victor Wembanyama to basically handpick his team and build an atmosphere that he's going to be the #1 guy, so that way when he comes into the NBA and is the #1 guy, it's not a shock. It's less of an adjustment. So there's just a lot of things. Like the dude sleeps 12 hours a day, 10 to 12 hours a day, just so that he can he can keep his feet right. He learned to run differently so that he puts less pressure on his feet. So there's a lot of science going into this kid, and it's very interesting to see. That's why selfishly I would want that as my #1 pick of those options, just because it'd also be cool for Detroit to have that guy, right? To have the most like electric prospect. I know Cade is great.
Connor Bedard is also that guy. Like he is that guy.
You would put him in that class of like Wemby level prospect?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm good with either.
He's a generational talent.
Was McDavid #1 overall?
Yes.
Kyle Crosby was, right?
Yep.
Who's in between there? Ovechkin, he wasn't.
Lafreniere was last year.
He's
good. He's very good.
He's in the pros now?
Yeah.
Like NHL?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, this kid he's different, bro.
He's #1 overall pick and he's already in. They're playing him now?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
He is, like, they're comparing him to arguably the best hockey player of all time in Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby, who is one of the best hockey players of all time.
I guess it comes down to like what sport you enjoy more. That's probably like the true answer.
Like, I just believe that like if the Pistons get Wemby, like you're gonna fuck around and get 2 championships by accident with the core that you got plus Wemby added to that. It would just be insane. But hey, I'm all for any Detroit team doing great.
Owen Power was #1 overall.
We had a graphic on like the longest playoff streaks or playoff droughts, and there's 3 of the 4 Detroit sports teams are on it. So no, I just want to see playoff success, whoever it is.
Yeah, that's very true. We're fucking thirsty here more than ever.
Yeah, we got it on the back wall there.
Yeah, it's sad. Stuff. That's really sad.
These are current playoff droughts?
Yep.
Yes.
Tigers at 8 years.
Well, that one's going to extend.
Lions and Red Wings at 6 years. It's tough.
That's crazy.
And Pistons are at 4.
And yeah, Owen Power's a dog too.
JB, who is it for you?
You know I got to go with the Lions.
Lions getting Anderson?
Yeah.
See, that's the other part too. Is like
I'm salty. So Jessica is a David Pike burner.
Oh, for sure. Oh, it's David Pike's wife.
Nobody. Oh my God, chill.
It could be.
Nobody loves hot dogs more than that guy.
He is a glizzy gobbler for sure. What was I gonna ask?
Flocka Waka. Connor Bedard is absolutely the same tier of prospect as Wemby. He's the first shirt. He's as sure of a thing as McDavid.
Flocka, did you call? And we just don't remember your name. Were you John? Either way, I wanted to ask this though. Is like, I think we're all, and actually somebody call in on this one. I know the show's about to wrap up, but I do want to hear honest opinions on this because I feel in this room, like you said, James Houston's like worthy of 10 sacks this year. I can't specifically put a number on it, but I think he'll still perform this year. Maybe 8 to 10, sure. I'll throw that out there. JB thinks he has a possibility of being better than Hutchinson, at least as an edge rusher.
Yeah.
So why are we entertaining conversations with Vanessa or Tyree Wilson, or like why are we entertaining these edge conversations if we think we have a guy on the other side right now?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not entertaining it. I'll take one late, but not in the first 4. Like I said, you don't need an edge rusher. On top of Houston, you've got Charles Harris, Romeo Okwara, Julian Okwara when he comes back. You got Kaminsky who you can put out there, Josh Piskel who you can put out there. Like,
yeah,
you don't need one. You don't need one.
Is Neil's Tyree Wilson guy?
Yeah. Well, he's Jalen Carter, but if Jalen Carter's not there.
Has he been asked that scenario? Like what about Houston and all those guys?
I told him today. I was like, we got Tyree Wilson at home, and he like laughed. He's like,
yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we really do.
He wants Jalen Carter though as well.
I'll look up some measurements, hopefully, maybe to the break. Appreciate you guys tapping in with us. We're the Wood Heavyweights. Before we go to break, I'm going to tell you guys about Alta equipment. Or do I tell you when I come back?
No, Alta.
Tell you now?
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll tell you about Alta. You want to know about I'll tell you about Alta. Alta equipment's where uptime matters, all right?
Uptime.
You got everything you need to get the job done. You want to build a shrine of Jared Goff?
Or
you
want to
build a hot dog with mayo? Hit up Alta. They got you covered. Alta Rinse got whatever you need. I just promise you. It's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, it's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. It's Wood Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goffs, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Though everybody, oh my God, dude, fuck. You get Jessica all riled up in the chat. What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to the Woodward. Good job, Chris. That was funny. To the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you hit the like button, share the stream. And if you're listening on audio platforms, anywhere you can find a podcast, leave a 5-star review. The man to my left is Speak Easy, Chris Platty in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the ones and twos, and I am Spencer Raxter. We've been talking a lot about who we think the Lions should draft, where we should go, what's going on with the prospects. And now we got our guy Salty on the phone. JB, patch him through for us. Salty, how you feeling, man?
What up, what up?
What's going on,
What up,
man?
Salty?
Hey, I just want to let y'all know, man, about Houston is a dog, okay?
Facts.
And on top of that, he's in a contract year. That means he's hungry, right? So we're going to have to pay him after this year. I think, anywhere from 12 to, 14 sacks he can get us, man. We put him in the right position. So, Hutch, I would say about the same. I don't think they're going to be pushing. I'll put it like this. Hutch is probably going to have more snaps, but Houston will have just as many sacks. Because, you've seen the moves he had, man. He's got that dip. He's a small guy. He's quick, and we got Fields twice a year, right? So
that's facts, dude. That's what I said, man. He's just a prototypical pass rusher. Like, the bag he has is crazy.
Yeah.
And to see him just let loose like that, I compared him to like the pit bull on the chain. And then when it's third down or a passing situation, you just let him go and he gets after it. I love that shit, man. I love seeing the dip, the hezzy, the bend. We talked with his coach about it. The bend that he has, that you can't teach stuff like that. So it's just
That's
awesome
right.
to see it.
And when he's full,
you know who he reminds me of, man? He
Who?
reminds me of. I hate to put him in this category, but a little bit of Dwight Freeney, man. Undersized dude.
It's fair.
Speed, got the bend. We need that, man. We need to keep him in Detroit.
I was gonna say Von Miller. I feel that, man. He's got that it factor to him for sure.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
hey,
appreciate you,
Salty. No,
Yep,
I agree. I think Houston could be him. So he says Dwight Freeney, but I'm telling you guys too, don't forget the linebacker, part of his background.
Yeah.
You're saying that he was working out the linebackers and the defensive line coaching. So I think this is just the only name off the top of my head and I apologize. You crucified me for it. I'm not saying he's going to be this guy, but a mold of it. I already said it already, but it was Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
plays the line, plays in coverage. Like I can see a world where James Houston exists in that type of role. I was talking about measuring. We talked about You talk about Tyree Wilson.
What?
It's being
talking about
famous
measuring.
line. We got Tyree Wilson at home.
Hey,
when we
yo!
say that, we're talking about the current Detroit Lions defensive end, Romeo Okwara. And I got some comparisons.
Okay.
All right.
Some
Both 6'5". This is his draft.
Who's got the hog?
Who's got the hog? Exactly. And that's what we're trying to find out here, guys. Like just based off aerodynamics, like who? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, both 6'5", and this I'm going off of Okwara's like draft grades. Like this isn't like his current like situations, but 265 pounds. His arm length's 34. Tyree Wilson's 271 pounds, 6'5". His arm length is 35, so longer arms by an inch. Romeo Okwara has bigger hands, 10-inch hands. I'm looking for 40 time for my guy, which I guess who cares about 40 time with your edge, but I'm looking for 40 time for Tyree Wilson. I'm not finding it right now. But both 23 reps at the bench press. No 3-cone. Is there arm span for? I mean, like we literally have Tyree Wilson at home.
Yeah.
Am I tripping? I thought that was pretty similar.
No, yeah, it is.
I'll make a graphic of it.
And he just took a $9 million pay cut, or however much it was.
Yeah.
$7 million.
Jump.
Yeah, I'm not in the camp of an edge rusher at 6, unless it's Will Anderson, because that was the strength of the team last year. You got 2 of them that were performing at an intense level, and you have Romeo coming back. And when Romeo was healthy last year, he had 2 sacks in a game. You got Charles Harris, who can be a good guy. I don't think he's going to be the Charles Harris that we saw, but he's a good guy that can fill in on some downs to give some guys some breathers. Josh Pascal looked good. You can put him out there. John Kaminsky looked good. You can put him out there. When Julian Okwara was healthy, he looked pretty damn good. So I'm not in that camp of Tyree Wilson. It's Jalen Carter at 6 for me. Jalen Carter, one of the top 3 quarterbacks that you trade back and you get a corner or best player available, whoever's there.
I'm with you. And I think, honestly, I think Holmes might even trade back too. Kevin Hollingham. I don't know if I said that one right. Halligan? Kevin Halligan. Easy. If the Lions don't get young, I'd punt on the QB class. There's 2 other guys I grab. I really do like C.J. Stroud a lot.
I like C.J. Stroud too.
I like C.J. Stroud a lot. He grew on me. That wasn't always the case. I like C.J. Stroud a lot. And then obviously when we were talking like Stroud versus Young beforehand, it was like before the game against Georgia, which he showcased a lot. But
he balled
against the best defense in the country, hands down. There's so many. Nolan Smith we're talking about. Fucking Jalen Carter we're talking about. Kelly Ringo. Schooled Kelly Ringo. But it looks silly as shit. So, I'm definitely open to him. And honestly, with Richardson, you look at the measurements and they're comparable to who? My guy Cam, I can't think of his name, Newton.
Yeah.
And Jackson.
Cam Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. One guy went to Super Bowl MVP, the other guy won MVP. That's a dynamic player that you can win games with. And that's been proven in this league twice now with both those comps.
Yeah.
So, I'd send that with the rookie deal where the team built around him already. I mean, Cam.
Both of those guys also won Heismans, though. So they were a little better than Anthony Richardson at this point.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. A lot more college. Well, no, yeah, a lot more college football play, too, because this last year, if I'm not mistaken, was Richardson's only year starting, right?
It's Cam's only year starting for a Power 5 team or a Division I team was the year he won the Heisman.
Was it Auburn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he transferred. He was at Florida, and then he went to a JUCO, and then he transferred to Auburn and won the Heisman. One of the best, probably the best, college football player in one season I've ever seen was Cam Newton.
Yeah,
at Auburn.
for sure.
He was fucking different, dude.
Carried them to a champion, literally on his back. Him and Fairley, I give Fairley credit there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we look the difference too. Even look at the situation that Cam went to the Super Bowl with. Luke Kuechly on the defensive line, Tom Davis. Who else I'm missing that he went to the Super Bowl with? Because I feel like that offense wasn't that dynamic.
Who, Cam?
Yeah.
Oh, they had who was that other linebacker?
Tom Davis.
Oh yeah, Tom Davis.
Tom
Luke
Davis,
Kuechly. They had Julius Peppers?
Was he Peppers there at that time?
Did they have Josh Norman?
I don't think so. I think he came after the fact.
Well, they had a good offense too.
But it was
Steve
a boring
Smith,
offense. Yeah, it was
Greg Olson. They had
about it.
Well,
No, Steve Smith was there.
Their running back. Who's their running back?
They didn't have Steve Smith.
Jonathan Stewart.
Michael Dyer.
Michael Dyer. Who's that?
The running back.
Oh, I thought it was Jonathan Stewart and Mike Tolbert.
See, but I'm saying so. See, like that's not as dynamic as an offense that you'd be placing Anthony Richardson into.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you got a dynamic guy.
It's fair.
You place and the same thing with Lamar.
Yeah, I don't hate the
either.
comp, but I'm just like both Lamar and Cam both won Heisman's. You know,
no, for sure. I'm saying like a dynamic guy you'd be putting around a different scenario for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's sitting here too, so we shall see.
But that'll do it for us today.
7
we
already?
appreciate you all tapping into the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening to us on the audio platforms, leave us a 5-star review anywhere you can find a podcast, Spreaker, Apple Podcast, Spotify, anywhere. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review. For the man on my left, the one and only Speak Easy, Chris Platty in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the ones and twos, Jessica and her hot dogs. I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.